when I see the Six of Pentacles reversed and then Judgment, I feel like you guys are getting a wake-up call. Because Six of Pentacles in reverse says not being vigilant. And then Judgment here is like wake-up call. It's like something catches you by surprise. Almost like Judgment Day, you know. No man's supposed to know the day or hour or whatever. So that's what I'm seeing here. But you have Justice. Looks like the Hermit, but it's not. Detach. Okay. Three of Cups. Okay. So share the love. You get every card in the book, so I might as well just lift that whole card deck out that came out earlier. Now we have the Hermit. Seek. So far you could be dealing with a Libra or a Virgo or a water sign. Three of Wands. Take the lead. I feel like you'd be searching for something, especially spiritually. Sadness and loneliness. Three of Swords. And then Eight of Cups, moving on. I definitely see singlehood in your current situation. And if you're in a relationship, there's a possibility that you could be single soon. Eight of Cups always tells me if it's not you thinking of leaving, then check with someone else, whether it's a boss or a partner, okay? Because both of these tell me leaving, but also isolation. So you may feel alone in a current relationship or at a current job, and you're planning on leaving. And then, of course, we have Justice here, which is telling me that anytime you have Justice in the Six of Pentacles normally buffers whatever is going on with Justice. However, Justice is upright here. So this could be a literal judgment because Justice is here with Judgment, and it may cost you a little bit. Especially if it's somewhere along the lines of dealing with a Libra. But I feel like there's just inequality in giving and receiving. And so you're willing to check out or somebody else is checked out, and that's what this is about. With the Hermit here, I'm thinking being single, really thinking about something, contemplating something. But to me, it's a literal judgment. Maybe you're making a final decision about a person. Again, with Judgment, I think there's some beliefs that maybe you've been holding on to for a long time, and you get caught by surprise. And Three of Cups is telling me there may be an organization that you're leaving. This could also be, a union, but it could also be due to a third party. Now, Eight of Cups, search for true love. And with the Three of Cups here, I think you're trying to get out and find somebody, especially if you've been divorced recently or you're single. And Three of Cups tells me you're going to be fulfilled by what you find. You'll have that solution to your problem. Overall, there will be a good outcome. So even though we have Eight of Cups and Three of Swords, it's not really as bad as it may currently seem. Or it won't turn out badly. Okay, and Justice is upright, so again, everything's going to turn out in your favor. But currently, I think you're contemplating something. We have Three of Wands, which says plans are underway, or again, you're just considering an opportunity. The opportunity may be about forming a certain philosophy, with the Eight of Cups here. Maybe trying to solve some kind of truth. Yeah. We do have the Ten of Cups reversed over here at the bottom of the primary, which talks about some kind of a spiritual community. So it could be something like that you're leaving. If it's not a spiritual community, it may just be like somebody you feel like is your soulmate. But Three of Wands says be picky in love. Stay single and be picky. But at the same time, be open to what you may not have been open to before. So it's like just be open to new things. I do feel like there's a third party. Because we have Three of Cups, Three of Swords, Three of Wands. I mean, very big third-party energy here. And that could be like, wow, there's a dissolution of a marriage. I do. I see it's like a literal judgment. Maybe somebody didn't have to pay alimony, for instance. Or somebody else had to. Just depends on who you are, actually. But Three of Wands, especially with the Hermit, is saying, please look at the overall picture. Because yes, you may be searching for the truth or trying to solve what happened and all of that. But overall, look at the big picture. And it's that this wasn't meant to be. It wasn't actually supposed to be yours. And so it's a good thing you don't have it anymore. Also, the Hermit may say, seek some legal advice. And then with the Three of Wands here, this may be a legal team that you need. But either way, you're having an end of an era kind of moment, especially with Judgment here. At the end with your outcome, and the Hermit here, sorry, Ace of Wands is telling me you're having like a new beginning. And it may even be with some kind of online business. I do feel as if with Three of Wands here and Hermit, there's an online communication that may go from an online friendship into romanticism, and that could be where this third party is coming from, or it could be you having done it or somebody else having done it to you. But there is a new phase. Or somehow it just has to deal with online aspects. I kind of get, when I hear like new age, I think actual new age. So there may be some kind of a new age online business. I mean, I guess people think tarot is new age, but there could be an online new age business that somehow is involved in this situation. I feel like somebody is definitely separating from something, because we have Eight of Cups, the Hermit is taking action, taking the lead. We have Three of Swords, which is separation. Somebody is going rogue. Some people are desperate for a job. But overall, there needs to be a changing of a perspective, a way of life. And I do feel like there's a need to seek some kind of counsel first. And this could be a legal team. Oh, there's a lot of cards here. This is your current situation, so it would already be in play if this is for you. So if this is not in play for you, then it's not meant for you. It does seem to be like pretty much one scenario, whether it's with love or jobs. But with Judgment here, it says wonderful things are about to happen. However, it may not start until some bad things happen. But you have 3-3. That's just, yeah. Now with 10 of Cups over here in reverse, this tells me that there's a love that could not be revived. And really there's just going to be a healing or a resolution to this situation. So yes, there'll be an end of grief. You're just going to come to terms with everything that happened. And when you let this person go, it kind of frees you up for what's meant to be yours. Because I already get the feeling that whatever this is was not meant to be yours. And so holding on to it, should that be the case, yeah, it just wouldn't be it. It just wouldn't be the right thing. And with the 9 of Swords here, and your advice, just going over that with Judgment, seeing, don't worry about what other people are going to think, okay? No matter what the situation's about, don't worry about what people are going to think. I feel like you're getting a goodbye. I think it actually is going to be amicable, even though it's tough. You may even have like a divorce party almost, is what I kind of feel here. But then I feel you getting very zen. Not like you're peaceful, but you're going to be void of emotion for a while. Or that's what you're aiming for anyway. And it's not like you've been really deceiving yourself, though. Everything's being very fair. You've been judging yourself fairly. I do want to talk about action. There is an action you need to take. Because Justice says, do not be passive. The Hermit is kind of going rogue, but he's still moving. He's still on his journey. It's this ask, seek, knock. But it may be solving through experimentation. It may be seeking counsel. That just means you're being discreet. You're not going to be overt in the action that you take. So it may be a little sneaky because the isolation, all of that. This guy usually moves on kind of like in the middle of the night because it's a difficult thing to do. And I do think things are going to get reconciled. So again, there's this amicable goodbye, closure. Some things might get solved, but either way, it's a change for the better. Okay, so it's good to know what's coming towards you. We have the King of Cups. So I feel like this is the emotional balance. It may be an actual person, most likely a water sign. And that's King of Cups. I do want to get clarification because I haven't clarified that yet. Why is the King of Cups here as in what's coming towards Aries? Okay, so maybe somebody from the past with Six of Cups here. This is simply love. So this could just say love's coming towards you, and it could be a water sign. But most likely somebody from your past. It's got to be a very generous person, especially with their emotions. And then what else was here was another Ace of Wands. It's coming towards you, and it's also your outcome. It's new life, new vitality. So again, I feel like there's going to be new life, especially regarding your past and children. Even though there's a dissolution of a marriage, I see that there's irreconcilable differences. Then somebody new comes in. Most likely, when I say somebody new, I mean somebody you haven't been with in a while. So somebody from your past, they kind of revive you after this situation. And they're going to be dedicated to you. And they constantly revive you. It's almost like it's their job. And then we have the Sun. So this is your freedom. It's getting to be seen the way you want to see. But with the Hermit here, it's just being reborn, having that new phase that you've been looking for. It's success and positivity. So also seeing, it says dedicated effort, and then we have takes little work. So somebody may work really hard so you don't have to. You maybe get to share your achievements with this person. Maybe you work together in some way. But overall, this could be confidence. When I see something coming to light, I almost see something coming to life, just like the Ace of Wands in both areas. And then we have the Four of Swords, which tells me that you're having balance and peace. Balance is being restored. You get to be passive again after this whole situation where you just feel like you had to act. I don't mean act as in pretending, but as in being aware all the time, having to do something. So here, you weren't vigilant previously. And then Four of Swords is still keeping vigilance, but it's keeping vigilance about being at peace. But you just gotta take a break. And this could be getting a break from your past with the Six of Cups. It may not be a past person, although I feel it is. Alright, Aries, those exes are coming back, and this time it looks good. Again, it reminds me of closure, too. Okay, so this is going to be for your advice. Three of Pentacles. Which is it says to reach out to somebody. But again, there is some little third-party energy here. So you could be getting a divorce because you have a third party that's coming in. And you've been planning on it. Three of Pentacles also is acting noble in the face of things. You also may be moving in with somebody and you're worried about what people are going to think. But in reality, this is taking you out of sorrow when you move in with this person. If that is what you do. It could be getting a new job, for instance, if you leave another one. And you may have to go back to a previous job for some of you. And even though you may be depressed or feel guilty, you come out of it. And you come out on top. I do feel like, yeah, this is being in the spotlight as well, but you do things through teamwork, not just on your own. People are going to help you out. And I feel like there's an exoneration of blame here. Oh, another card. So you get out of an unhappy situation. Somebody comes in and kind of breathes new life into you, and you come out of depression or shame. 9 of Pentacles. All right. So you do get rewarded for working together with people. We have the 9 of Swords clarified by 9 of Pentacles. So some people may feel like their depression or guilt was earned, okay? And I'm seeing that's just not the case. That there's a little life left. That 2 of Cups over there. And saying reach out for people. If you're very sad, reach out for help. But I think people might be reaching out to you. But also, this is your advice, so I think you should be reaching out as well. I see some loneliness, and I'm seeing somebody's taking on some responsibility, or they feel like they have so much responsibility. And you're just overwhelmed and not wanting to face the situation. The thing is, all this good stuff came in. So I think your advice is saying, hey, this is all coming in for you. So, don't worry. Because it does look like it's turning out really, really well. Even in your current situation. But right now you're probably worried, and that's why you're getting this advice. And we just got the 9 of Wands on the bottom. So we had 3 9s in this area. It says rest and reconsider. So you are resting, but I'm also seeing you're supposed to be seen positively. You're supposed to be getting your confidence back, or this person is going to help you do that. You may have lost confidence, especially if it wasn't you who asked for this dissolution. And this person's going to reach out and help you get it back. So again, they're bringing you that vitality. And you're being reborn, but currently you're just not seeing it. You're not able to see it. And 9 of Wands is that hang in there, be resilient card. So the cards are basically saying just wait it out. There's really good things coming in. If you know a water sign from the past, especially a Scorpio, then be on the lookout. Alright, why is the Ace of Wands here for Aries for the month of December 2000? Oh yeah, we have the Star card. Could be an Aquarius as well. But this is healing. This is coming together, uniting with somebody, recovering. And you could have felt like your life in the current situation and why you're all so worried and the cards are telling you to stop is because you may feel like this whole situation was like a movie that somebody else was living and you just happened to be falling into it, kind of thing. Almost like an act or something. You just feel like, what on earth happened to my life? So this is saying that you're getting healing from that. You are going to be seen as special, okay? You are going to get recognized for who you are by this person. Now, I'm not saying a person comes in and saves you, because that's just, oh, that's so cliche. But I do feel like you're going to get to share your excitement with somebody. So you're not going to be alone anymore. And And you're almost going to say, who was that person who was isolated all this time? Who was that lonely person? Because you're not even going to recognize yourself anymore. And you are going to follow a certain philosophy from now on, once this person kind of helps build you up again. But yeah, just healing and coming together. And I feel like you're coming together with another person, and it's going to be this person. And again, this is your self-esteem coming back. I feel like you're more inspired. You have more hope. It also says you're getting a wish, because it's the wish card, in addition to like the Nine of Cups, for instance. But it's joy. And it says anything's possible, okay? So just be calm, because you're on the right path. And I feel like you should just concentrate on that, concentrate on recovery, put away things that aren't really important and focus on that, especially when it comes to spirituality. So I do think maybe perhaps you weren't very spiritually open before, or you weren't concentrating on it. And then some things happened, and you do start becoming more spiritually minded. Just see what else there might be out here. Yeah, I mean, with Judgment here right next to Six of Cups, you are reconnecting with somebody from the past. Now, Ten of Cups normally says you revive it, but I thought maybe you wouldn't if it's reversed, but maybe you still do. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's just delayed. Because I do see somebody coming back, and I see it working out, so why not? That's not to say somebody else from your past doesn't come back and you can't revive it. But honestly, it doesn't say you revive a past love. It says revive an old love, which means you could have just had it for a while, which could be the dissolution of a marriage that you've been in. Whereas a past person may come in and that love is revived permanently. And see, the thing is, with Judgment here, there's no guilt and no shame. So I'm not sure why it's showing up over here. Or maybe it says you're not listening to somebody saying you're not guilty, or, there's no shame. Because, this says innocence. But it's like it's not being paid attention to. I'm just saying be strong. You have to face life. Your Nine of Swords says you don't want to face something. I'm saying you have to reconcile yourself with the idea of what's happening. I think you also, Judgment is freedom from isolation and freedom from death. And then of course we have sadness and isolation. And then we have so many isolation cards. And then I feel like you need to take the step to get out there and date and get out there and be with people and friends. And you're going to. And then, here's this old friend from the past. Or this old boyfriend from the past. Looky here, This person is awesome and helping me out here. And now I'm not going to give up anymore. I'm going to keep fighting for this new relationship. And I'm going to heal from it. And universe says, thumbs up. Good idea. Right path. Okay. Alright. Now, I'm going to do a quick Lenormand for you. We did have the High Priestess on the bottom of the clarification. Which does tell me you're going to heal. It's a person from the past that you kind of get to be in charge of how this thing goes now. I also do feel like you're having an awakening spiritually. Maybe it's a revelation, because we have a lot of revelation cards, such as Nine of Wands, the Star, Judgment, this card. And you're going to end up having faith after everything that's happened. Maybe there was something that maybe you should not have come out of, but you come out of it. I do think there was a third party in some way. Maybe it had something to do with, well, you were just probably grieving quietly about it. If somebody does return from the past, it might be for a lesson in how to revive yourself. So maybe it isn't permanent, maybe it's just temporary. But either way, they're coming back and it's good for you. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what's going on for you with the Lenormand deck. Okay, Anchor, Dog, Lady, Heart. Definitely have to do with love. Looking for some stability. Stork. Stars. Alright. Bottom of it. Bear. Okay. So with the anchor, it says the anchor is a sign of a stable event. Basked in sunshine, secure and content. When the anchor is some distance away from you, hope will fade and leave life askew. But it's not far away from you. It's actually really close with Lady here. Even if you're not a lady, that's just the querent in this case. And then we have Dog, which is Ten of Cups, which talks about happy families. But it talks about man's best friend, faithful and true. His soul he'd lend and trust to you. A pat on the head delights the old boy and rewards you greater with loyalty and joy. There's going to be somebody who's loyal to you. And they're very close to you. On the other side of you, we have Heart, which is all about love, especially loving yourself. The heart is a symbol of fulfillment and joy. Romance is in full bloom for you to enjoy. Serenity rests deep in thy heart. Loving yourself is where it should start. Then we have Stork, which has a stork in flight promises delight. A stork in range signals change. Progress heals pain, drawn from the past. Embrace kindness, and new friendships will last. So you may not be romantically involved with the person from the past. You might become friends instead. Then you have Stars, which is Six of Cups. So I think this person from the past is very lucky. They're just flying into you. Shining stars brighten the sky, bodes joy from afar where happiness lies. In starlight, dreams come true. Hope is in sight, success is in view. So basically, just all good news. Very secure, very happy. I don't usually get Lenormands like that, so that's a really good thing.